Hey guys, it's Lori and welcome back to my channel. Are you a person who used to read a lot but haven't actually read a book in several years? Are you trying to figure out how to become one of those readers who reads tons and tons of books every month? Then this video is for you. Today I'm going to go over 5 different tips on how to get back into reading or kind of become a reader if you used to be one or you're interested in being a reader. I've had several people express to me that they used to be into books or they used to like reading, but since recently haven't really been interested in reading and they want to get back into it. So this video is just to hopefully help people who were interested in reading in the past become readers again or become interested in potentially reading more books. So the first tip that I have is basically just to read a book that you once loved and that you don't mind rereading again. For me, that would be the Harry Potter series. This book can get most people out of reading slumps, especially if this is something that you once loved and this is a book that you really treasured and just really enjoyed. So just find a book that you really enjoyed, even as a young child, like if there is a middle grade novel that you read, or even graphic novels. Graphic novels can really help get you out of reading slumps and they're really quick reads. My second tip is just surround yourself with people who are readers. If you don't have many friends that are interested in reading, then go on BookTube and find a new booktuber that you really enjoy or look for bookish videos. I think one of the things that really motivates me to read or get back into reading if I haven't been reading for a while is book hauls. Book hauls really motivate me to read because a lot of the books that people are unboxing are like new releases sometimes, and even old releases. If they sound interesting, then you'll be motivated to want to read it. So watching booktube videos or even signing on to Goodreads is a great platform to motivate yourself to read because you're surrounded by other readers who are all super thrilled about reading and books, so it's just kind of contagious. So tip number 3 is a little bit different because it has to do with just making time for reading. If you are somebody who loves to read, but you're like, I don't really have time to read because I have like school or work or my family. So my tip for that is just to schedule some time to read. I know that sounds really silly, like I'm gonna schedule time to do reading, but it really does help. And if you're somebody who is like me, who I just feel motivated by having like a checklist and like marking things off my checklist, planning to read is something that really helps me a lot. And by the way, I really recommend getting a really nice planner. This is an Erin Condren planner and it has really helped so much with my productivity and just planning. I schedule reading time. I know, like I said, it sounds kind of silly, but it really does help, especially if you have a busy schedule and you don't see yourself having a lot of time. You can find time in your schedule by planning it and just putting it down, and then it feels really great just marking it off your checklist when you're done. So kind of piggybacking off of tip number 3, if you're once again that person that doesn't have a lot of time and you're like, I can't possibly like sit down and physically read a book, tip number 4 is get an Audible account. A lot of people don't really like to sit down and read books. Most of the time people have a lot of stuff going on in their lives, or it's just hard to plan to just sit down with a book, or some people just have a hard time reading a physical book. Enter Audible. Audible is an amazing service where you can actually listen to books. It's such a really great service for those of us who are always on the run. If you're doing long commutes, like if you're on a train or if you're driving your car a lot, or even if you're like doing chores or grocery shopping, you can literally listen to a book anywhere, and it's just so great. I'll leave links below to Audible because it is a service that you pay for monthly, but honestly, it's super worth it if you're really busy and you want to get back into reading, or you want to start reading, but you're like, I don't really like to physically read books, or I don't really have the time. And my last and final tip, which is tip number 5, is just go shopping for books. Go in Barnes & Noble or go to an independent bookstore or Books A Million or wherever. Even like Amazon or Book Outlet or Thrift Books, any place that sells books, although I personally prefer physically entering a bookstore. And if you were once a reader, you'll kind of find yourself like at home in a bookstore. You can browse all the new releases and just walk around, spend at least 30 minutes in the bookstore, just perusing and just walking around. For me, it really motivates me because I want to buy more books, especially when I see all of the new releases, and something about walking around in a bookstore just really makes you want to sit down and read. So those are my 5 tips to hopefully get you back into reading. If you guys have any more tips to help others get into reading, leave them in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a legendary thumbs up. and subscribe for more videos in the future. My name is Lorie and I post videos every Tuesday and sometimes Friday. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!